Last night I heard a strange sound. Kind of eerie, hard to describe. Wasn't no owl nor coyote. More like ghosts of an Indian tribe. Sort of drummin, sort of chanting, all so very dim. I climbed from bed to listen. Seemed was coming from the rim. I walked outside, the stars were bright. The air was frosty cold. But that's not what made me shiver. 'Twas the things I saw unfold. A chief in feathered headdress, a lovely maiden by his side, slowly walked toward me. You could see right through his leathery hide. Then as he stood before me, he took on solid form. He raised his hand, a sign of peace. His face was kind and warm. He said, "I speak to you, the owner." I said, "I'm not." He said, "I know. You are caretaker, a noble word. A steward, is that not so? The man who pays the mortgage lives in a big suburban house. You see him twice a year, perhaps, when he hunts for deer or grouse. He tells his friends he owns a ranch, but he never spells the sage or stops to watch the circling hawk. His mind is bird in cage. He owns a piece of paper that he pays his taxes on. What will happen to this land then when he goes to the great beyond? His children will not want it. They'll divide it up and sell 5-acre lots of houses. No more will sage grouse dwell. That will be a sad day, he said. I agreed with nodding head. What could I do about it? I asked this wise one from the dead. There is nothing you can do. Then why did you come here? To speak of ownership and stewardship and a death you need not fear. He thinks he owns a house and land, but these he cannot keep. He is steward of financial deals, and what you sow, you reap. His heaven will still have boardrooms, making wheels and deals. He'll keep the illusion of ownership because he likes the way it feels. Truly where I dwell, my friend, there's a happy hunting ground, with water sweet and buffalo and deer and elk abound. The things you try to grasp on tight will be water through your fingers, but what you drink into your soul will be the joy that lingers. I tell you this for you feel shame in being called caretaker, but is that not the grandest word that can be bestowed on by our Maker? I started to ask a question, but his form had turned to air. I drank in all the brilliant stars in the mountains way out there. I own next to nothing, yet all of this was mine. It would be through eternity, for the fruits reflect the vine.